Lahiri Guruji, you wear these saffron clothes, but at the same time, you have had a very high modern education. You have done IIT and engineering and things like that. How do you explain this contradiction?
See, there is no contradiction. Saffron represents renunciation, discrimination, detachment. And modern education empowers you to understand the true significance of detachment.
Okay, so you have renunciated the world, or are you living?
I have renunciated the attachments.
Not the world.
Not the world, never the world.
Do you take interest in Indian politics at all, or international politics?
Absolutely. Every enlightened soul should be interested in national interest. Politics is central to it.
So, which party would you vote? Which party you will support in this election?
Well, everyone keeps it a secret which party to vote, but definitely I would like to tell the 3 characteristics which I will look for while voting for someone. A, decisive leadership. 2, proven track record. 3, empowerment oriented, development oriented outlook, especially towards Dalits and tribals.
Well, even a child can guess whom are you hinting at. So let's presume that you are a supporter of Modi.
I admire Narendra Modi. There is no doubt about it.
So, alright, so you would like him to be the Prime Minister of this country?
Absolutely.
And do you think he can deliver?
Hope so. But he has delivered in Gujarat, so my hope has a profound scientific foundation to it.
But many people say that what Gujarat is today is not all entirely because of Modi. Gujarat had always been a better managed, a better run state. So people say you just can't credit Modi with the development of Gujarat.
As an economist to an economist, if that thesis was correct, tell me one thing. In 1960s, Bihar was one of the most developed states of India. Due to bad leadership, where is it today? So leadership matters. Otherwise, a phase of bad leadership would not have affected Bihar either.
No, but Bihar has come back. I mean, the leadership of Nitish, Bihar had gone down, but he has brought Bihar back. May not be as much as you, in your eyes, as Gujarat, but he's done very well.
See, that may be true, may not be true, that's a different question. Because the state Bihar was in 8 years back was so pathetic that if you can build a road, it will be a huge development. That's a different thing. And secondly, Bihar not only requires economic development but social development also, because it's deeply divided and bruised society. But coming to Gujarat, what matters is that you need a strong leadership to maintain the momentum of growth. See, no one expects a political leader to bring about industrial growth, but we require a decisive leadership which ensures that if there is an entrepreneur who has it in him to do something great, is not hindered due to bureaucracy.
Well, that's all right, but you know, unfortunately people can't forget Modi's track record may be very good economically, but we all remember what happened, you know, when Godhra happened. So there is a big plot on his face. What do you think about that?
See, the incident of 59 pilgrims being burned alive in Godhra station is extremely sad, extremely sad. The ensuing riot is extremely sad, because I was never in Gujarat at that time. So I have to go by the legal realities. What I have learnt is SIT has given him a clean sheet, the court has endorsed it. I would like to keep it at that level.
That's, you know, it's very interesting that 59 pilgrims were killed in that
burnt alive.
Burnt alive. Yes. I do not know whether they were actually pilgrims. They had all gone to Ayodhya in support of the agitation for the mandir. Whether they were pilgrims
that time
or not,
agitation was over.
That time agitation was over.
It is a matter of 2002.
We don't know. I mean, whether they were pilgrims or they were supporters of, that's a different thing. But what I'm saying is, has anybody found out who were guilty of burning them?
Yes, the court has indicted 9 local people of Godhra. They have been punished. The local court has punished, yes.
9 people. And
similarly, the people who were culprit of the riots have been punished. So I think law is taking its course, which I think is a good sign for India.
I think
the legal process should be faster.
That still the whole thing is very nebulous even today. What transpired, how that compartment,
no, that is now proven beyond doubt. The local court has accepted the findings.
Anyway, we are only talking about, you know.
See, I think this is a very dangerous outlook to have. I don't know why media, when talking about burning of 59 pilgrims, say it is doubtful. But when talking about rights, they say it is certain. This creates lot of animosity, and I don't want it to be created.
No, there is no ambiguity about it. The thing is that the riots took place and they went on for several days, and it was witnessed by lots of people, including media.
And that is very wrong. Huh? That riot was very wrong.
No, it's not. I'm not going into the rights and wrongs of it. I'm simply saying that what happened, the incident of the compartment catching fire.
No, it was burnt, not catching fire.
Well,
sorry,
it was burnt.
It was burnt.
Yeah, whoever burnt it.
No, whoever not. 9 people have been indicted and convicted.
They were indicted, okay.
And convicted.
All right, that may be, but still there is a doubt. Anyway,
there is no doubt.
Let's not talk about it. I would like to talk to you about your views on what do you think about our country, first of all. You have, I think you have a campaign to spread Hindutva, Hinduism, or, I mean you have...
See, our spiritual
What is your mission?
Yeah. Our spiritual movement is referred to as Hindutva Abhiyan by everyone because we aim to build a society based on the great spiritual values of Hindu civilization. Let me stress on one thing, that the beauty about Hinduism is that it is religion, it is civilization, it is way of life, it is culture. In fact, when I speak to so many Muslims and Christians of India, they say that we adhere to a certain way of worship to realize God, but we are proud that we are rooted in this ancient Indian civilizational value system, in this ancient Hindu Sanskriti.
Absolutely, there is no doubt about it. I can vouch for that is the case.
Yes.
And that is why I am saying that in our country,
yes,
we cannot just put compartments saying that either you're this way or that way. Like George Bush said, you are with us or against us.
Right.
Now, in our case, in our society,
right,
we are one.
Right.
What religion we pursue is a different matter.
Right.
But I'm talking about your idea. Do you think it is possible in our country to assimilate? We can live believing in our own creed,
right,
and yet as peaceful, constructive Indians?
Absolutely, it is possible, and that is what our spiritual movement is aiming at. Let me tell you, what is required for peace actually. When you go at the grassroots level, the problem is not religious divide. The problem is exploitation of the weak, of the meek, of the tribals, of the Dalit by empowered class, and exploitation has no religion to it. So what our spiritual movement is aiming at is creating a spiritual mindset across India so that everyone voluntarily gives up the mindset of exploitation.
The mindset of exploitation, I mean, generally in our society, it is the upper caste Hindus who are accused of that.
Not necessarily, because I have observed during my visit across India that in so-called Dalit villages, one subcaste has been accused of exploiting another subcaste. That is the reality of India. That is the reason I am saying exploitation has no caste to it, exploitation has no religious designation to it, exploitation is the fundamental wrong with human psyche, and that has to be cured spiritually. Now you may ask, how can it be cured spiritually? And can it be cured spiritually? Yes, because every human being has a deep-rooted aspiration to realize God also. That is the reason why spirituality, religion exists. And when you can convey this to every human being, that God can be realized only when you transcend your ego, your I, the sense of being superior, and when you can see Brahma, God, in each and every creature, only then you realize God. Then he gives up the mindset of exploitation.
Guruji, we are talking about two different things. We are talking about politics in our country, the elections which are coming up.
Right.
We're talking about who should be the Prime Minister,
Right.
whether Modi is going to be the right answer. On the other hand, we're talking about spirituality.
Right.
The affairs of the state
Right.
and the affairs of spiritualism of God, they're two different things.
Not actually, not necessarily. In fact, once Samartha Ramdas ji, I think one of the greatest saints of India, said in Das Bodh, राजनीति आध्यात्म की सर्वोत्कृष्ट सर्वोच्च अभिव्यक्ति है. What you are actually internally gets reflected in your politics. You may say big things. Suppose you may say I am against casteism, but you go and vote for a casteist party. That shows your reality. So politics is nothing but the mirror of your true inner spiritual self.
So what do you think is going to happen if BJP comes to power? Do you think India is going to go forward?
See, first of all, a disclaimer, I am not the spokesperson of BJP, I am not a part of BJP, I am a spiritual guru.
I'm sorry,
but,
I'm not hinting that you
yes,
are BJP.
But coming to your answer, what I have observed working at the grassroots level among 1.5 crore disciples of mine and among 100 crore Indians, what I have observed is that the people of India wants a decisive leadership, a empowerment oriented leadership, and as of today, people are hoping that BJP may provide it, can provide it or not, only time will tell, but there is a caveat to it. Now people have at least become a bit more analytical. They say, we don't believe in your words, show your track record. And because Narendra Bhai Modi has been able to prove his mettle in Gujarat and has been able to communicate it well, both are required, because I am not saying that he is the only better performing chief minister. There are many, there may be many, but perception also matters, how you communicate also matters. So from all these three dimensions, Narendra Modi has definitely a surge in his popularity.
Well, your education background, your IIT record and things like that, I would like to ask you 2-3 very straightforward questions.
Right.
Do you think if BJP comes to power and Modi is the Prime Minister, do you think he can help solve the problem at LOC, Kashmir? One.
I think so.
Secondly, do you think he will bring the two countries to the brink of war, or can we have some kind of a permanent peaceful relationship with? Do you think he's capable of that?
First of all, no one respects a weak person. In fact, India is at its lowest in terms of international perception. Number one, we are facing already a war-like situation at LOC. We are being humiliated. I hope that Narendra Bhai Modi, if he becomes Prime Minister, can provide a leadership, such a decisive, strong leadership that this stops, and I believe so he can do so. Secondly, will he bring two countries at the brink of war? Believe me, sir, that India, Pakistan, China, all three are nuclear countries. They will never go for war. That is common sense. They will never go for war. But can we stop terrorism and spread of fundamentalist mindset is what matters, and I think Modi can deliver, because we see 10 years of riot-free Gujarat.
10 years of riot-free Gujarat after a pogrom.
I don't think so.
There was a huge pogrom.
There were riots.
There were riots.
Pogrom is a very heavy word. There were riots.
Okay. There were riots.
Yes.
So 10 years we have had a peaceful. And do you think that we will continue to have this peace?
Yes. Yes.
But these 10 years were ruled by the Congress. Then we had
not
peace.
in Gujarat. Congress
Not
had
in India.
No. In India. What happened in Muzaffarnagar? There have been 150 riots, small or big, as per UP government statistics in last 2 years in Uttar Pradesh. But Congress will say that UP has a Samajwadi Party government, law and order is a state subject. So let us not equate things like this. Because law and order is a state subject, that is the reason Modi is answerable for what happened in 2002. I am not saying he is not answerable, because it is a state subject. But I think after the SIT clean check, the matter rests at that.
Well, India has many other problems apart from this problem of Hindu-Muslim things, and we are talking about Pakistan.
Yes.
I mean, there is a huge unemployment.
Yes.
We are grappling with our economics. Do you think all these things will be okay after the election if BJP comes to power?
See, one thing I can tell about Narendra Bhai Modi, though again a disclaimer, I am not his spokesperson, but one thing I have observed in Gujarat, and there is a distinct difference between Gujarat and other states. When I meet the youth of Gujarat, I see a sense of aspiration, both in Hindus and Muslims, let me tell you. Because I know a gentleman named as Zafarwala who has come up very big in car dealership.
Yeah.
And I know Adani also who has come very big in infrastructure. What I am trying to say is, across the society, in Gujarat, partly due to Narendra Bhai Modi, but then sociologists have to decide it, but I definitely see a surge in fundamental aspiration of society that we can do great.
Well, thank you very much. You have shown you have a soft corner for Modi.
I admire him.
But okay, if he does something for our country, I'll be happy too.
So will I.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.